Hello everybody. A few months ago I received from somebody who watched my YouTube videos on Adeline Software sent me a demo version of Time Commando, which he managed to get, not quite sure how, an internal version, far from the latest build from the game, but which had some interesting features, as you can see on the listing here. We have timecode.exe and timedeb.exe, and timedeb of course is debug, and that's cool because it's going to make it much easier to explain how some of the stuff worked. So I did not put any sound, but that's going to be more practical. So on the top right you can see what we call the script of the first level of the game. So prehistory level 1, and you can see on the top right description of the stage 0, la préhistoire première partie, which start by set obj hero, and this is the script for the Stanley, which is just now on the screen. And you can see start program, and on my blog I explained that it's in automatic mode. And if you let it run, it's going to run the thing you can see here, which is basically the automatic abstract mode. So hero auto, etc., means basically it's going to not be in control by the player, but it's going to do things. So it will automatically play the wake up, réveil animation, waits 3 seconds, target a point at coordinate 4,500, 3,250, plays a walk animation, wait until it is at less than 500 units from this place, then it's going to go to another location, it's going to check that it is at less than 500 units from a particular point, or test touch, like if it has been hit. And guerrier main nue, guerrier renfort, they are empty-handed warrior and reinforcement warrior, and then it calls a fight with bare hand and subroutine with the go sub, etc., etc. So it's what it's doing. Then it's going to reach Fauve Grotte. Fauve is like a tiger in the cave. Do the same thing. Do some random checks, etc. So this is basically the scripting code we had in Time Commando. There we can test if something is visible, if other characters are visible. Visible being basically a line of sight through the level. And you can see there is a lot of things. And the interesting stuff is that it does not always run through all of it, because a lot of it is made from a random sequence. So let's find the first character. So this is the first warrior, the one which is fighting barehanded. So new game. Please wait loading data. In the final version you have this scrolling thingy, and at first glance it looks like the normal game, but if you press D you have access to this. So debugging information, F5 display on off, F6 display on off for the diverse scenario, which is scripting, on the recouvrement, which is overlapping, that the information of things where you got hidden. So for the sake of demonstration, I'm going to put myself in immortal. Inshockable means I can't be hit. Unlimited ammunitions, my charger always full. Unlimited time, easy mode. And there are also some other things, like you can see the palette of the game and texture, but it's not very relevant there. And if I go there, see I'm behind, up, but if I press F7, I am in front. I disabled the overlapping thing. And then we have F6, which right now does not do anything because I have not enabled anything. And same for F5. So if I go there and I display ground, terrain, then I can see all the location where I can walk around. So this guy here, I'm going to press F6 and up, tuck. Probably, yeah. So not sure if you can see, but he has a red arrow over his head, which is bouncing just under the weight frame, because this is the, yeah, so I can, using plus and minus on the keyboard, I can select the character I want. So I'm on him, and you can see at the bottom there is if jump, exit program, if jump, exit program. So yes, so on this script here, we can see while the hero is far, we do some stupid animation, like I'm stupid but I don't care about it, so that's the thing where he's scratching his head on thing. So follow hero, repeat, if it's done with the animation, play another animation amount random, doing nothing, scratching, and else exit program, which is what we have here, if jump, exit program, etc. Until it got touched, or the hero is at less than 1000, 1.7 whatever unit. So let's move forward. At some point it's going to switch to the second sequence, which is the hero is close, so we are going to have some fun with it. So let's get some animations. So it's still in the if jump exit program, and now it's if continue, if jump, and follow something, wait anim, do something. So it's trying to hit me. So then we can add other things. So we have the ZV. Now we can see that both Stanley and the guy has a red box over them. So ZV, it's, I'm not sure if it's a zone of visibility or basically that's the 3D bounding box where we can't collide. Then we have the bonuses. You can see now that the yellow bouncing things have a red box as well. Extra, if I am not mistaken, no, yes, that maybe that was a blue chip. And now you can see that there are some white boxes that appeared on the face of the guy. It's basically the hitbox. And if I fight, you can see also the hitbox. So they only present at specific frames on only specific location. So we have on the elbow and on the wrist. So that one can hit you from two different directions. And here, if I'm not mistaken, we can enable a zone. Yes, so the beige areas are places where Stanley can do interactions. So normally this is defined somewhere else. So we have a track specifically for that, which is the one which, depending on the difficulty, give you something on startup or not. And if you're in easy mode, it's going to play some sound like the boom when you go there. So the system is based on two things. First, you have to be in one particular zone. So the hero has to be in the zone 1 or zone 2 or zone 21, etc. But there's also you have to be in a specific direction. So if Stanley is in the zone but oriented like that, it's going to. And now it's doing it again because this is a one if. So the one if is a self-disable if check. So here we have normal if, and here we have one if. These are variables. So if I'm here and I press space, and I'm in the right location, and in the right direction, we take the control on the arrow. We play, so other do anim once, so we tell this character, in this particular case the hero, will do the fouille fougère. So fouille is to search around, and fougère is fen? No, yeah, this thing you find in primordial forest. You can see here green things. Wait for the end of the anim, and we give the hero the coutelas, which is a small knife we have at the bottom now. And we give only one of that. And then we give back control to the player. And flag is one. Not sure what is used that. Oh yeah. So which means we found something, and at the end, if flag equals 0, that's where we do the could not find anything. On clear action, not sure, can't remember. It's a bit old. So that was the zones. But we have other things. Yes, also if you look at the bottom, there is this red semicircle. That's the parry area. So if you're parrying and somebody attacks you from the front during these particular frames, nothing happened. But anything that will attack you in other, like from the side or on the back, will manage to hit you. No problem. So here we see the tiger, but it's because we are in a hiding mode. So all these overlapping information, they are streamed with the background data. They come from the ACF file. Everything else, the white grid on the floor, the bouncing bonuses, the monster, they are all in the HQR file for the level. And this script, all the numbers which are hard-coded are actually edited in TCED, the Time Commando editor. So this is a small program which tells you where things are. So it starts at the very beginning. So init live frame, it tells the system when the script start playing. Each of the pictures in the background, going from 0 to 900 something, is a frame number, and we can, for performance reasons, say, because it's a ride, we don't want the tiger to be active and runs a script before we are close, because I mean it was running on a 30 something megahertz machine, so not unlimited. So -1 means start from the start. So that one is always running. It's a loop and loop. And if we are in easy baby mode, if the hero is in the area, we go sub execute fouille, which is a run searching. We go there, wait. Yeah, maybe if I could correct. We go there, wait 2 seconds, and we do the K-zone 01 sample. And there are similar things like that, like the rock that fall on your head if you play with a stick. They are only going to be active from the frame 300. So there are a lot of very hard-coded performance thing like that. So let's see. So that was the first warrior. So the fight with the first warrior, that's the entire code. So it's called both. His position is there. Beta is the orientation. It starts with 15 life points. Is enabled from frame 148. Body, that's which 3D object is associated, and starting animation is doing nothing. And is in follow hero mode. And follow hero just means that the beta is automated. Is going to try to follow in your direction. So it was just a very cheap way of making things appear like they are aware of you. So, and yeah, as I said, this is the entire program, and there is nothing else. So all it does is, while the hero is alive, test blocked. Yeah, so we had no pathfinding in the game, and you can see from the scenes there, there are some pretty harsh. Yeah, I'm stuck. I'm just moving forward, sliding a bit, and there I am. So what we do is that basically, if we are blocked like that, test block is enabled. So what we do is basically we do random left and right, and we try to move forward. And if we are not blocked anymore, since it's more or less like a ride, it's going to unlock itself, and yeah. So it's pretty ugly, but basically it's what you do. So if blocks, do anim once, and -1 means random one, and it's going to take esquive, like avoid, so esquive right and esquive left, and yes, it's only in French. And we wait the end of the animation, and if the hero is farther than 1250, we repeat the animation walk. And else, if the hero, so it means we are very close from the player. If the hero is at less than 1000, we try the headbutt, so coup de tête, or simply guard. But if we are here, it means we are between 1000 and 1050, because if you are farther, the character will automatically try to join you, and it will switch between left hit, right hit, and go back to guard. Wait the end of the anim while following you, which make it weird, because if you are basically trying to fight at the same time, he's going to do the animation while having the beta follow you. Nobody really noticed. And we wait a number of seconds, which is random value. And exit program is basically a yield. All these scripts are running at the same time in parallel all the time. And they are in sync. They start exactly from where they were. So if you start two programs at the same time, exit program, they will both start exactly on the next line, and they all run in the same order. So you can totally do some synchronized dance. People have noticed that in the level with Middle Age, where you can get the two knights to fight on each other. So they change the target, instead of the target being Stanley, becomes the one who just hits them, and they can actually detect who's going to hit in first and which direction, which is kind of nice. And we also use that in the level with the tank. The tank is actually made of three parts. There is the tracks at the bottom, which move around. There is a turret, which is positioning itself, each frame, on top of the tank, based on the position. And you have the submachine gun, which is on top of the turret. And all the three are basically the same object, but each of them has a very small, compact script like that, which makes it very, very easy to program. So this is the second warrior, and this is the tiger. So you can see mise à jour, updated by Mick, so myself, Sunday in 96. That was basically my test character in the game, and that's also why it's in my person in the credits. When I appear, it's my character, because I tested all the animation on scripting and encoding system on that one. So you can see that the tiger appears at a frame. Yeah, so it starts being alive at 148, but it actually does things only at 281. Yeah, so it's hidden until we reach the frame 149, or that we've been hit, or that the hero is at less than 10,000, in which case, but that was commented out. Inactive collision is disable collision, not quite sure what it is at. Death is a sequence that makes it look at you and not really be aggressive. Rugi means, and then that's the attack sequence. The hero is close, so we are going to fight it. So let's go there. And I'm disabling, so yeah. So you can see if continue, if jump, unfollow, if jump, do anim once, wait anim. Of course, I'm on the wrong item. Yes, I'm supposed to be on that one. If set var, if jump. So on the PlayStation version, we had a much more advanced thing which actually showed the entire script. So what it's doing here is that by default, it's using the guard animation, whatever that means for a saber-tooth tiger. As long as the hero is alive, we get the distance. So, and we put that in the variable. The reason is that there were no automatic caching of all these things. So, if you wanted to reuse the information for a number of times, you would just put it in a variable. Get same hit is what we used because the game does not have a very advanced fighting system, but if you found out that hit right, or kick with the foot multiple times works fine, we count the number of times you did the same hit, and in this particular case, if you did the same hit more than twice and you are not in easy mode, it's going to play Fury, and Fury is impossible to parry, avoid, escape. It's basically in your face. Yeah, it kind of worked. And we reset the same hit counter. If Stanley is more than 3.2 meters far, we play the walk animation. Else, if we are at more than 3,000, so between 3,000 and between 3 and 3.2 meters, we start the long jump. Do any prompts. Coup so long is hit, jump, long. On the Rugi, it's roar. and wait the animation. So it's not always. Sometimes it will just go that. And the feeling that it's not always doing the same thing is because there is a lot of cases and a lot of random, so it never quite plays the same. If the distance is between 700 and 900, we try the byte, so coup more. If we are less than 700, if it's too close, it will try to go back so it can hit again. So based on the random value, it's going to do a recul, which is go back, or like above byte or guard. And at more than 1.9 meter, we stay in guard mode, and from time to time we just and sometimes you jump. Yeah. And that's it. That's all what the tiger is doing. So it's jumping. In theory, should have been sometime going backward, but I guess. Okay, boom, boom. No, it's dead. And you can see it's missing the particular animation. So here we know that we have some. No, so where is it? Maybe it's in the screwed out there. But I already had the knife. On that one is the one where you get a stone on your head. It's a trap. So all these white thing on the floor, each of them has a number, which is the number of the frame of the video animation that the movie should move forward to. And that's how we do all that. These things are also used to define the position on the floor, so basically the height map. So let's see the trap. How was it done? Super Jimmy, Gorilla. Le piège qui balance, the bouncing trap. All it does is wait for flag piège. Yeah, so if the hero is in the zone 7, which I guess is a beige box I'm currently in, then flag piège equal 1. And it's a 1 if. So as soon as this is triggered once, it automatically disables itself. And that's the same way the rock falling down, we are done. And that one is the one which happened after the gorilla. So if I was playing in normal mode, I will not be able to do that. I will get the gorilla automatically detect that and get in kick mode with the fury. So this one is the one which is going to trigger the new rocks, I believe. So let's move. or maybe not. Maybe the next one. Ah. And there we are. That's how Time Commando worked. Not much. So let's see. Yeah, the sound. So the entire music. Obviously, you did not have there, but basically we have a chain music and play music. Chain music, we just had these small small jingles that we could assemble to make melody. So at the beginning, you're going to have 1 1 4 4 1. You can see there, and we wait that one of the two characters, either the hero or the first warrior, gets hit, and then the first combat music starts. And when it's dead, we chain back to relaxing music. So that's how we did context music. And after, it's not very doing much, because you basically have fight after fight after fight, so that did not have too much. And these are the ambient sound, where we play things like bird, quick, and they were 3D sound. Basically, we computed the X and DZ coordinate of the sound, and then we took the position of the hero, use that to do a play sample in a 2D position in the world, and waited some random amount of time. So you can see it's a very, very advanced system. It kind of works. This is where I unloaded all my memory chips. Born is like the thing you have to put your fuse in a fuse box, something you connect something into. Doing nothing. And if the difficulty level is medium or higher, that one disappears. So this intermediate thing is just there in easy mode. This is a variable used to know if it's currently animated or not. And yeah, it waits for standard to be at less than 2 meters, start to play the opening animation, flag itself as on, and then it waits. Yeah, and I guess somewhere else we have yes. And that the other one we check all the action things. So if the hero was there, blah blah blah, and this variable is enabled, then plug the chip. So at some point I'm going to do a full explanation of the scripting system. Hopefully I can get the PlayStation version to run. I'm not sure if there is a version with the debugging mode. The cool thing with the PlayStation version of the script debugger is that you can have side by side 2 scripts. So you can have a Stanley script, or you can have a script of the first warrior, and then the script of a track of a trap, and see how they work. And you can see the loops. It's much more advanced because right now it's not very very efficient. But yeah, basically, so that's it. Debugging mode, and then you could see all the number of objects, amount of time spent, etc., etc. I hope that was interesting enough. Did that in one take, so did not have the time to set up anything more advanced. Hopefully that was interesting. I did not have music because for some reason this version does not seem to have the audio configuration enabled, so I'm not quite sure why. Yep. Have a nice weekend. Bye bye. All the loop. Yes. The most useless weapon of the universe. Much easier to use when they can't.